arrived, I will now officially call the meeting to order. With only 5 people in the room, and 6 with our virtual, I guess I don't need a gavel. The first order of business is the approval of the minutes for the August 28, 23 meeting. Do I have a motion and a second?
Move to approve.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Being no discussion, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Any opposed? I'm supposed to say that anyway. Okay. The next item on our agenda is item number 915-23. Sub-communication sponsored by myself, Alder Pete, submitting a change of ownership application for a Class B club retail fermented malt beverage and intoxicating liquor license for Racine Country Club, LLC, DBA Racine County Country Club, which is located at 2801 Northwestern Avenue, Racine, Wisconsin, 53404. Mr. Evan Pettibone, Agent, 6th District, thank you for coming forward. Attorney Arndt, will you please swear Mr. Pettibone in?
Sure. Can you raise your right hand? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you, both. Attorney Arndt, is there anything from your office?
Not too much. So as the committee can see from the Good Neighbors report, we did meet with Mr. Pettibone along with the owner of the country club and the general manager. It looks like they are taking over the ownership. Everything should remain the same, under the same operations. Mr. Pettibone was also the agent for the previous owner for the last 6 months. But as far as operations and management, I think they're keeping most of their staff on. This is not a property that has had any issues with nuisance issues or calls, so really staff doesn't have any concerns to report. They're well on their way to getting an occupancy permit as well as a health department license from the health department, or restaurant license.
Thank you. Mr. Pettibone, you're here before us today with an application to apply for a Class B club license. Can you please explain what you're doing with your application?
So as far as the club is being, like, sale, is that what we're talking? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the club existed in its previous, or I guess current right now form for a very long time, over 100 years. And we are being purchased by one of our members, Mr. Scott Molitor. So we're going to go from a nonprofit 501c to a LLC.
Okay.
So we're changing ownership. We're going to be privately owned instead of member owned. So we're not really changing how we operate in any way, but we're just trying to go through all the necessary steps to change from a nonprofit member-owned entity to a privately held LLC.
Okay. You realize that the responsibility as the operator that you're taking over.
Yes.
So do you have any, could you tell briefly about any experience that you have previously that helps qualify you or you all to do this?
Yeah, I've got 18 years of continuous experience in the food and beverage industry. Many years here and in Milwaukee and also in New York City for quite a few years. As she said, I've been the agent. So when our previous general manager left, I was made the agent about 6 months ago. So I've been the agent for the last 6 months or so. And the new owners would like me to continue being the agent. So. Okay.
Are there any questions from anyone else on the committee?
I would like to make a motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Are there any questions or any other discussion? If not, seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I still have to say that. Motion carries. Congratulations, and you should get your license soon. I can say that, right?
On the third, it'll be in front of the council on the third, as you know.
Yeah. So once it passes, it'll be on a Tuesday, and I think Wednesday morning you'll probably pick it up.
About Wednesday afternoon.
Oh,
we'll
afternoon.
call, we'll double check on
Okay.
all the sign offs and that, make sure everything's good for you to come pick it up.
And I should call,
9171.
and then we should be, do I need to attend the common council meeting?
You can if you want, but you don't have to.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you, congratulations, good luck.
Anything else?
Thank you.
No, you're good.
Have a
All,
good day, everybody.
wish you a lot of success.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thank you. I understand, well, next item on the agenda is item number 0856-23, subject communication sponsored by Alders Pete, myself, requesting the appearance of Noah Phillips for a new operator's license, District 14. And, would anyone like to speak to that?
Yes, so Noah, Mr. Phillips did, call out and reach out to us today. We had a little bit of a clerical error getting a letter out to him on time, so we did call him last week, but with being such short notice, he did say he would not be able to attend this meeting.
Okay. So can we,
Motion to defer.
I have a motion. Alder Sebastian, are you still
Second,
there?
I will second that motion to defer.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I still have to say that. Motion carries to defer item number 0856-23. Next item on the agenda would be item number 0940-23, communication sponsored by myself on behalf of the City of Racine Police Department for the licensed premises report. Attorney Arndt, could you please help us with that?
Sure. So Sergeant Legasse, who is usually the RPD liaison, could not be here today due to a training. He also informed me that he could not find coverage, unfortunately, for this meeting. He did, however, ask me to highlight 2 incidents that are on his licensed premise report for the committee. The first one being Sunday, September 17th, 2023, at the Dual Bar and Grill. It looks like there was a loud music complaint coming from the tavern. The officers arrived on the scene. They hear loud music coming from the tavern. The officers then spoke with the security guard who was at the door, asked the security guard to get the manager, and the officer stated that the security guard went in. Eventually the music was turned off, but unfortunately they locked the doors. No one came out to speak with the officers as requested. And it looks like this occurred at 9:27 p.m., so within their operating hours. The second incident is from Monday, September 18th. This is at the American Legion. It looks like there was a complaint from the bartender. He called about a patron having an emergency inside the tavern. The officers arrived, found out that they were not needed. However, when they conducted the tavern check, they found that the tavern had their old Class B license on the wall. The owner stated that they had just changed agents, had not put up the new license yet, and a warning was given to the bar owners at the time. And that occurred at, that would be 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yes. So those
And
are
we just approved the new agent very recently, so that would, I mean, logistically, unfortunately, that was missed, but that was probably a very small slip up, correct?
Yes, I believe that their license, they had the license, it went through city council 2 weeks ago.
Correct.
But I think they just didn't put it up.
Right.
But I think it might be in order to send them a letter reminding them that it's their responsibility to have the current license up.
Yeah. And they definitely should. And again, it's like such a small thing, so I'm sure they will, so I understand.
These notification, letting them know what,
Okay.
advice, but if you want to send a letter.
Well, what do you guys think? I don't know how, if we're being too informal with this particular one.
So you can certainly discuss it. At the next item, you could direct the city clerk's office to send a letter. if you'd
Please
like
send
to
them a
do that.
letter. We don't need a motion on that. Okay. then, you go ahead. Were you
Those are
finished?
the only two incidents.
Okay, well then, what about Roberts? Have,
So that, I
uh,
was gonna discuss
yes,
a couple items with the
Couple.
committee, if they're okay
yes,
with that. We have a couple, ordinance violations that have been happening. Roberta's, it's come to our attention, they have been closed since July 17th. Again, breaking the ordinance of not being in consistent use. And also High O. Now, I know I came to the committee during renewal time asking for them to approve the renewal because a new applicant was supposed to come in and take over their license.
Could you spell that, please? Hi-O.
HI-O. They are located at 18, 16, 17th Street. They have yet to have a new person come in and apply for the license. So they have not been open either since renewal.
uh,
Is it appropriate to call them in?
yes, I was going to, well, I'd like to ask for a motion and a second to call both of them in to discuss the issues.
Roberta and High-O's, or
Yes,
Duo?
Roberta, Duo and Hio, yes.
Duo, High-O, and Roberta's?
Yes.
I think they're three different issues. Are you trying to bunch them all
You
together?
mean three?
Yes, three,
Three.
the three of them. Three separate items on the agenda then, right? Yes. Makes, you two agree?
Yeah, I'm fine with Duo coming in for not, being cooperative with PD.
Yes, definitely. Roberts for being closed,
Roberta,
Roberta's being closed, and Duo for not cooperating, which is definitely a violation.
I would
So-
agree. I think we have questions, and before we make any decisions, I think that it would be pertinent to hear what they have to say so we can have a better informed decision.
At
I would
this
like to
time,
second,
can I-
if that's the motion, I would like to make the motion to have all three come in, not with prejudice, just for information.
So the way it works under the ordinances, every time the committee calls in a licensee, it is pursuant to a formal expression of concern. But if the applicant shows up or the licensee shows up and you discover that it was issued in error, you can obviously rescind the formal expression of concern. But when you take that motion, it would be the formal expression of concern on that date. Is that what you'd like to do, to issue the formal expression of concern for all three?
Maybe, if I can, maybe with the ordinance violation of them not allowing the police in, closing their doors with Hio, or with Duo, I think that should definitely be an expression of concern. How do you guys feel?
I'm for all three of them. They can all be rescinded.
Okay, then I agree with all. If you two, again, I'm sorry if we're being a little bit informal, but if you two agree, we would like to, we have a motion and a second, I believe.
You have a
The motion on the table is that is the motion.
Oh,
All three called in for expression of concern.
yes.
Okay, I second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any discussion? Motion carries. Thank you. Last item on the agenda is item number 941-23, communication sponsored by myself, requesting any consideration and any formal expression of concern or other actions pursuant to the police report. I still had to say that, I guess.
Yeah, so on the last item, I would ask for a motion to receive and file the report, the license premise report, and then the motion itself to call these three in would be under the second item.
Okay.
Receive and file.
Motion to receive and file, item 094023.
Thank you.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
I would like to second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? If seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Now, go ahead with the next one again. 9920941.
I think Amber has it in the records, if
Okay,
you'd like to
so-
just say that
We would just need a motion to approve that item so that it goes to council.
Like to have a motion to approve that item so that it goes to the council. Is there a motion?
I'll make a
And I need a
motion.
motion and a
moved.
second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. This, I believe, brings us to the end of the agenda. We will now adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Thank you, Alder Sebastian.
Thank you.
Take care.